Hello everyone, it's that college football guy here with another video. Yeah, I'm in the sleeper. I was actually getting ready to lay down. Got an early start in the morning. But I want to get this video in. Um, I made the video yesterday about Arizona having a talk with the schools, and then a whole bunch of stuff comes out after that. That apparently Brett Yormark, the Big 12 commissioner, has been busy, but he said we're open for business, has reached out formally to Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. And rumoredly, allegedly, BYU has also been in contact with Utah to try to get them to join the Big 12 as they want to be in. Colorado there's rumors Colorado the Big 10, Colorado the SEC. If I'm Colorado, I jump to the Big 12. It's a short-term contract, and maybe after that you've been established for a while, then maybe you could do the Big 10. Arizona State want out. And they know a Big 10 invite or an SEC invite is pretty much out of the question unless things change. So going to the Big 12 for them is huge because I have quite a few friends who work at those two universities who tell me that they've called it get out of the politically correct conference and go to the America First conference. Is how they've described it as. It's a wish list. They want to get out, but the alumni, some of the alumni and the academics don't want to leave. And the academics have the power for now. Okay, also, let's get into something else here. Rumor report going out there, I found it on several sources but it's still, I'm going to put it as a rumor. But technically it isn't, that Brett Yormark has formally offered Gonzaga membership into the Big 12 as a basketball-only school. And that reportedly Fox loves the idea of having Gonzaga in the best basketball conference. The Big 12 right now is the best basketball conference. That's not even a dispute at this point. So actually, well, I take that back. Some people could dispute it. But add Gonzaga to it, or Gonzaga, however you want to say it, that kind of eliminates that doubt. So that would be big for the Big 12 to get them. There is also a rumor going around. I've only heard it from a couple of people have said it on YouTube. Actually, 3 people have said it on YouTube, but they're all citing the same source. So I'm putting this definitely under the rumor mill, that Oregon and Washington could be offered a spot in the Big 10 on a reduced rate. And I'm thinking this is actually not that far off, because Nebraska just recently became a full share member of the Big 10 after they were a partial share for a long time. They're finally at full share. So having Oregon and Washington coming in as partial shares is surprising. Would USC and UCLA come in as partials? No. They want to be full share, and to get the LA market, the Big 10 would do that. Because USC as a brand is absolutely huge, and they know it. So they bring them both in as full members to guarantee to get them in. I love the way I look like my face all messed up with this, but that's just the way it goes. Now, nutshell this, at least try to. Big 12 wants to get Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah. And there's smoke and fire that this actually could happen. Oregon and Washington to get partial share memberships to come into the Big 10. But some of the Big 10 don't want Oregon, Washington, Cal, or Stanford. They rather go into the ACC and get, rumoredly, this is rumor, Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina, and Virginia. Possibly Duke as well. They want to strengthen their eastern side. And I'm like, getting a couple of those makes sense, but if you got a chance to snatch up Oregon and Washington, you might as well do it. And getting Cal and Stanford makes more sense to me than getting Oregon and Washington, because it gives USC and UCLA close travel partners, and academics, don't even get me started on it. Cal and Stanford are the gold standard of the Pac-12, and some of the gold standards in academics, period. So having them in is huge for the conference. So having them in makes a lot of sense. Big 12 getting on there. Oregon State and Washington State. Their fan bases don't deserve this. Now, I heard a lot of people have said that, if all these schools leave, they're just going to pick from other schools from the American and from the Mountain West and maybe from other ones, maybe try to get some Big 12 schools and just reconstitute the Pac-12. If Cal, Stanford, Oregon, Washington, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah leave, there is no Pac-12. You'd have 2 schools left. It's not happening. Some people just don't get it. And unfortunately, but there's a possibility, folks. If I said Oregon State, Washington State, Mountain West, Oregon State, Washington State could actually go to the Big 12. That's still a possibility. That's being looked at. And the ACC is holding together for now. I know I have some West Virginia fans that they would rather hope that none of these schools for the Pac-12 came into the conference because travel is so bad, because they have the most expensive travel of anybody in the Big 12. Although UCF may be saying otherwise to that once they get in, because they're really isolated. UCF may be saying hold my beer when it comes to that. But having, for the Olympic sports, having Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah helps out football. I mean, football-wise, and my CB's going off. I should shut the damn thing off, shouldn't I? Yeah, I guess I should. Let me get up here. And the lights are on. I'm trying to get this thing a little bit brighter in here. But let's just turn this off. And let's turn that off. Where are you at? That off. See what I mean by dark? This is how it is here. I mean, I could sit down on my cooler here and try to do this, which... is it any better? I mean, it's still the same old shadows and everything else going on here. Can't really do much because I just have... you can't see them both. Those 2 lights. That's all there is here. Lighting up this whole thing. You know, in the front, you got the 9 different floodlights, but it still makes you look weird. But, getting back on this. I know West Virginia schools don't want them there. They'd rather have... I mean... West Virginia, I think, would be, the Big 12 would be ecstatic if, like, Pitt, if Louisville, if Virginia Tech came in the ACC to help them down there. Maybe Miami to give UCF a travel partner if Miami doesn't get snatched up by the SEC. I'll talk about the Big Ten tomorrow. Not the Big Ten tomorrow. Yeah, the Big Ten and the ACC tomorrow. If something doesn't pop about the talk about Florida State and Clemson. I'll just drop that for now. But could this actually be happening? And I'm wondering, seriously now, dead serious for everybody, could we actually be at the point where the tradition's going to happen 3 years in a row? You know what I'm talking about? Where 2 years ago, 2021, last week of June 2021, Oklahoma and Texas announced they're going to the SEC. Last week of June 2022, USC and UCLA announced they're going to the Big Ten. Last week of June 2023. Could we have it again? Though I don't think this TV deal is going to wait that long. I think this is going to happen a lot sooner than that. Because the TV deals, as a lot of people widely report, and I've heard the same thing, instead of 25, it's 22 million. There could be something to this, folks. That's all I'm saying. In case trucking-wise, you want to know where I'm at. I'm in Pequot, Ohio. Here, a little rest area. I got to park here for the night because I'm going to deliver in Highland Park, Michigan, north of Detroit. I've been about 4 hours behind all day. Actually, technically 6, because there were 3 major wrecks on the interstates on the way up here. And unfortunately, a couple of them had fatalities. Well, supposedly had fatalities. They closed off the road. Normally, you close off the interstate, it's a fatality. But that's how that's going. And you're going to be seeing a lot of late downloads on videos. Just a house. I am not happy. Okay, got power back up. We had mechanical issues. The cable line's down for my internet. Because we had the tornado sirens went off at the house on Friday. I'm going to mention this. 70-mile-an-hour gusts, supposedly. A bunch of trees got blown over. Branches snapped off. The line of the house got snapped. They finally got that back up. And since not this past Friday, but the Friday before, when I moved, I still don't have internet. And based upon what happened when they had me do a couple things here, and the outlets have been literally, I took pictures and had to send them to the company, that literally the outlets, there's the jack, but there's no cable in the wall. Someone ripped it out. Had to take pictures to show them. So they're going to send out a tech. Okay, send out a tech. Problem is, I'm in southern Tennessee. There's no place near me. So they have to send somebody from Huntsville, Alabama. Which means the earliest appointment I can get someone to come to my house to put the cable in is the 24th of March. Yeah. Nearly a month without internet. My wife is not happy. My kids aren't happy. I said, well, y'all going to learn what life's going to be like with no internet. That's why the Blu-rays and all the movies are getting watched like it's going crazy. And everybody's doing offline stuff and other things. Although it's going to kind of suck for my son because he's got to do. They're shutting schools down for ACT. He's supposed to be doing remote learning, except for the problem that he can't be online to do remote learning. So, had to send a note into class tomorrow. My wife's taking care of that. So, it's all fun everywhere, isn't it, folks? Let me know down in the comments what you think about all of this. Oh my goodness, leaning back on that thing hurts because sitting on a cooler is not that comfortable. But thanks everybody for watching the video. I want to hear some comments from all of you about what you think about all this Big 12 rumor mill. That's basically a lot of this is because we have certain factual points that supposedly happened with Brett Yormark reaching out to the Big 12 schools. That's been widely reported by major outlets, CBS, ESPN. Major reported outlets, supposedly. Actually, not ESPN, but other outlets have been doing it. But I want to hear what you think about all this down in the comments. Thanks, everybody, for watching the video. As always, please remember to hit the thumbs up and you can run the likes up and help the video get seen by more people. I want to hear from you about this. And, hey, subscribe to the channel. We just passed 350 subscribers on our way to 400, so let's see if we can do this. So, thanks, everybody, for watching. Hoping everybody is having a great evening. Hopefully, hold on. I'm going to timestamp this. It's 9, Jesus. In 4 minutes, it's 9 o'clock. Okay. We'll see what happens here. 9 Eastern time here. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. Hope everybody's having a great evening and had a great Sunday. Be safe out there, and please, be good to each other.